Hey y'all, what's going on? So listen, y'all know what we in here about. The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now y'all, y'all know I was kind of Facebook and tweeting a little bit while I was on. Okay, let's just dive right on into this. And let me say this before I go any further. I have to say this now. I told y'all that I believe that Miss Porsha might be in an abusive relationship, and I am really not making light of that because I really think it's a dangerous situation, and I'm happy that Nene kind of brought up that I've kind of dealt and did this and that and other, and she's seen that before, so y'all, we're gonna keep Miss Portia in our prayers because I do believe that that might be the case with her. But anywho, so let's see where we go. Where we gonna start at, Lord Jesus? Let's just start. Okay, first of all, Nene, she decided to fly to Las Vegas. She was not there for, I'm not getting on that bus, honey. I'm not here to do it. And so they get on the bus, they kind of riding and this and that and other. They kind of keying. And at some point, yeah, who brought up and asked somebody to do stand up? And Candace got to talking about when you clenching, when you getting ready to get at that point, and I had him down and I just pulled it, and oh girl, like really, your loose ass booty. Oh girl, and then she said, and I held his face like, bitch, I'm not gonna be able to do you and your flagellants. I'm not, honey. Everybody gets a little flagellant, but that is the wrong time in which to be flat. Like, I can't, girl. And why would you be squeezing that hard? Trying to force it that hard. Like, anywho. So, they kind of in there and they talking about that. And at one point, they start talking about y'all, to me, I think Miss Portia is doing things to give them signals that maybe I could be pregnant. Like, okay, so you get pickles and ice cream. And who said that was the key for being pregnant? Pregnant women eat weird shit. My thing was the chopped up hot dogs, pickle relish, mustard, ketchup, and vanilla ice cream in a bowl. My mother, my brother, my witness, that was my thing. That and Franken stuffed hot dogs. Anywho. So it's like, oh, you eating this, and why don't you just, take a test? And so Phaedra begins to say, well, let's just go get us a rabbit. And if you piss on a rabbit, honey, that died, then and I understood that she was kind of, bringing up history or whatever she was trying to do. Miss King was like, oh, pissing on rabbits, and you doing this and that. Now, Kenya, now, girl, I understand that you were a little perturbed with Miss Phaedra, and more than that, with that being said, also Miss Portia, which is really who you need to read back boots, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. But you kind of look silly when you went into all of that. You could have just paid it for dust and let it go, but you couldn't. You kind of keep wanting to say, okay, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to be understanding. I'm trying to deal with this. I'm trying to, bitch, here's my whole theory. Quit trying. Let the shit be said and be done with it. Be women, say how you feel. Y'all don't have to be snatching each other's motherfucking hair and shit and all of that. Say how you feel. She can say how she feel. And we all know Phaedra's never going to really totally say how she feels. Now, some people are all in for Phaedra's shit. I'm not. But I will say that her in there, talking about the rabbit, I mean, it wasn't even that serious. Miss Kenya, like, bitch, you really need to kind of hash it out or whatever. So I'm kind of with Miss Phaedra on that. So, okay, so they riding, and we already know that the bus and shit stopped, and they trying to get there. And when they get to the hotel and shit, first of all, Nene's there, and they take her on security and this and that and other, because y'all know she on the show, so she getting, a little extra. I ain't mad at you, girl. I ain't mad at you, girl. I'm not mad at you, Miss Nene. What I am mad about is when are we going to get the back of this area together? Like, let's get it unison with this front. Like, go ahead and just go on and get a quick weave and be done with it. Don't just stop here. Bring it all around, girl, because the rest of you is all the way together. Like, just kind of bring it around. Okay, so Nene, she comes and she ain't for that. She's there. Why is these girls always late and this and that and other? And I'm like, well, girl, they rode on the bus. Of course, they wasn't gonna get there as quick as you was, boo boo. Like, really? Anywho, so she's waiting and she didn't, they get there, they come, honey. As soon as they get there, they get their shit on. And Miss Motherfucker Cynthia pulls out the baddest motherfucking afro wig that I need in my life. Like she was going for drag and queen and whoo, all of that fabulousness. And I loved it. I loved the hair. I loved the way it was. She was just giving it. And they all look nice. With that being said, they all looked nice. I'm not, just I like Cynthia's hair, whatever, but they all look nice. So they go out and this and that and other. Now, before I'm trying to think, how did that shit go? Where did they go at first? Okay, now in the little van truck thing, at some point, y'all, once they got there, some kind of, way, Miss Porsha, and let's just have this, Miss Porsha said she can't go to the strip club because of, and I'm not knocking home that because I do believe that she has the right to say, I'm not going to partake in certain things, this and that and other. She has that right. And if spiritually that is not the key for her, then that's not it. So let it go on that. But then the whole shit kind of escalates into I think she's not doing it because of, Miss Honey Cabbage that she's married. I mean, her husband. Okay. So they kind of like, okay, well, it's just a, whole strip club thing and this, that, and other. And let me have a moment at this strip club. Miss Phaedra, girl, you will never be in a strip club setting with motherfucking dollars making it rain, talking about, oh, your skin is lovely, and at some point, look how nice your cooch is shaved, and this and that and other. And I'm like, okay, I ain't mad. Because I know that some women go with their husbands and shit to the strip club. Hey, whatever. But girl, you was all like, oh girl, look at your cuckoo. Like you was the cuckoo Amita. So now you done came from around from the dookie doo and now you at the cuckoo. Like, girl, you are giving me some tease here, honey. But I've been no honey, I've been seeing you for a long time and you don't make no beans about it, honey. You gonna get your motherfucking freak on and I ain't mad. Ain't nothing wrong with that, keeping the spice in the bedroom, but bitch, if it includes another motherfucking vagina, get me off the motherfucking list, honey, because one cuckoo in the bed is more than enough for me, okay? All right. So, they kind of looking and, they all up on it, letting it rain, and, honey, them girls is in there, honey, they in there getting their dollars and slide down shit, and I'm like, bitch, you better get going, bitch. Anywho, y'all, because I don't know. It is something about when I see the girls doing that thing, I'll be like, I ain't even mad at you, girl. Get your motherfucking dollars. Have y'all ever looked at that shit? Them motherfucking strippers, they could be ass shaking, ass going a motherfucking mile a minute instead of be talking about, yeah, girl, I'm so and so. Oh, yeah, we're going to go to the wash house and and drop it in. Bitch, you better get it in. I can't help it. Anywho. Okay. So once that went on, and y'all know I'll be all over the place. So they sitting down and they talking, and Nene is really expressing her concern and feeling like, we really need to talk to her. I've seen this before, we really need to do a woman intervention or whatever. What I will say is this, and I do have a video coming up, kind of talking to somewhat this same thing, can you spot a broken woman? Anywho, so I understand that, but here's my whole theory. If you really feel that way earnestly, Nene, I don't know that it needs to be a discussion because as they were discussing it, they had valid points, but it kind of seemed like y'all always just it can come off as if. It can come off as if y'all just throwing shade at her and this and that and other, just talking about her. You or whoever's feeling this way first could just kind of pull her to the side and have a conversation with her. Really, with all that cattiness and all that bullshit aside, if you're really concerned, then have a talk with her. Not that it's gonna change anything because I see it in her eyes. He got her. He got her. That's the lost motherfucking cause. He got her. Okay. So give me give me a cigarette out of there. It's a lost cause, y'all. He got it. And it's really kind of sad. Okay, so they talking in the midst of that, they going to have a talk with her. So now we're going to etch on over to the hotel where they getting ready and she got the makeup dude coming. Now, here's my thing, Miss Porsha, girl. You was in there getting your makeup done. And then as you got ready to walk off, honey, you was clearly in some, since we're talking about and how you don't represent the spiritually, and girl, clearly, them shorts was stinking dang. No, there was some dirty motherfuckers. Who them shorts was just scandalous, honey. You got the boots on? Yes. Aren't they cute? I'm gonna have to steal these. Yeah, I know it's gonna sound weird. Brenda's breaking in some boots that I bought. Some new ones, honey. Yes. Mhm. They all on sale right now. With the discount, like $19. Okay. Anywho, y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all know when my babies come in, it just stops. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so she's in there and they kind of talking. She was there all night. Cynthia's ready. They like, well, girl, we would have thought you would have been ready, honey. You got a good night's rest. Now, Cynthia, girl, now you throwing just a tidbit of shade in there. But the name of the game is shade with you this motherfucking season. You did not come to play with them. Okay. That's fine. But again, there's a time and a place, to discuss things or whatever. So she's kind of like, I'm getting ready, blah, blah, blah. They in there, Nini's ready. And they like, come on, we ready to go, honey. Get your motherfucking rags on. And at some point, I think Miss Phaedra said, well, I get it. When you don't have to do nothing. And I work for my money, honey. I come from where you got to cook the bacon, make the money, do this and that, Anjali and that whole bitch she went through. And I felt her on that, but not everybody has to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So I have to say, y'all know Porsha's not my favorite, but, okay, so she's been doted on, and nothing wrong with being a kept woman. Here's the thing. Most of the kept women I know, they still get to do what they like to do. They're not controlled. But with that being said, when you lay that shit down and you give a man full control of what you buy, what you wear, what you can have, how your house look, how much money, what time you're going to be, then you got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? In some instances, some would say that ain't no different from a motherfucking man paying for some services. Okay. But again, let me say this. I think it's a beautiful thing if you're a kept woman. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, most kept women I've seen around here, whether, wherever, most of them are, yes, they're kept women, but they also are still independent women as well and able to do things. I think it's beautiful to be kept, honey. Okay, I do. In the heck. So Phaedra just said that, throwing her a little bit of shade, and she's always a shady bitch here and there or whatever, and it's okay. So they decided they're gonna go to the damn what is it, the little chicks that kick. Yeah, y'all know the whole thing, the showgirls and this and that and other, which I'm fascinated with showgirls because I think they're just so elegant. You know what I'm saying? And just saying lines and the height, and they just giving you neck and just everything. Anywho, y'all. So they there and they trying on hats, and Nene gets to talking about, when she had already talked about stripping before that, and how she met her husband, let her husband know that she works inside, she was a stripper, this and that and other. He came, and I like that she shared that and was real about it and didn't nobody have this like turned up face like, here this bitch go. Did y'all notice that they were really listening to her, that even with Phaedra and, all of them were kind of listening like, yeah, I can feel that. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a really good moment. So they get to the little thing and they trying on hats, and at one point Kenya's titties is out and she's gone with the wind, titty fabulous. She's doing her thing or whatever. And then they persist, to go on and kind of, they kind of still talking about the situation. The girl, it's just like, okay, Nene, if you want to discuss it with her, discuss it with her. And then Nene was like, well, I'm never going to bring it up again, because when she brought it up to her and they was in the damn limo, she was like, it was good for him to let me go, and I respect my husband, and I want this, and I want it to be that way. Then she didn't already told you that's what she want. Then bitch, stop being out looking like a motherfucking constipated ass bitch when you're around your motherfucking husband, wondering, can you wear this, can you do that? You got to wait for him to talk, and then you can talk. Well, girl, then you done brought that life. You want that life, it's yours. Take it. you know. Okay, so they like done with it, whispering and this and that and other, backbiting, and they have their whole backbiting moment. Now, let's cause y'all really, this was kind of a boring episode. It was just a few hints of something here and there. So now we're gonna go into the hints of something. So Miss Kandi wants to, do a little thing and show that she's branching out where they will come and do parties and show you how to use this and do that and blah blah blah. So she has it set up really, really nice. Everybody's there in their robes and things and all of that. And Phaedra's there like, honey, bring out the coochie balls and all everything, butt plugs, and let's do it all, honey. Y'all know she was there just waiting like, you know. So Candace begins to explain some of the products, this and that and other, you know, brings out the incognito stuff that don't really look like, vibrator, whatever. She talks about the Benoit balls and how you keep the kegels and tightening. And girl, we've already had it with your vagina and tightening your flagellants. I just can't with you. Let's put your coochie up. Let's use somebody else's coochie as an example. I just don't know. I need you to put it up. Anywho, so they kind of going through it, and it seems like it's gonna be okay or whatever. You got a couple of people turning their face up, they proves and this and that and other, and they wouldn't do and blah blah blah. So here comes the point where they say they want to have a contest on who can be the sexiest eating this chocolate strawberry. Of course, I knew right off who was gonna win the motherfucking award, because Phaedra was gonna eat the green leaves and every motherfucking thing off of it. She went all the way in and went ham, honey. So they had that whole bit, and that was kind of cute. And Miss Porsha, she just kind of nibbled on it, and it was all about who does the sexiest, which alluding to fellatio or whatever, how yeah. So, okay. After they do that, Candace is like, let's do this thing because I know. Some motherfucker brought up Miss Phaedra throwing motherfucking shade, brought up Walter and what he do I don't like in her. Bitch, you could have did without that motherfucking shit. Like you trying it. And that's when I felt like Kenya should have just read your ass for motherfucking dust and dirt. Read you for fucking filth just on that. And Kenya, let me say this. Your motherfucking argument that you having about you being hurt, cut to the white meat, this and that and other. Ultimately, at the end of the motherfucking day, you did steal her idea in a sense. It was originally her, things she was doing. You was upset about not getting the money and this and that and other. She wasn't trying to give you that or whatever. I understand that she kind of attacked your character and this and that and other, but bitch, what I'm trying to get is, why would you come all the way to Las Vegas and LA to bring it up? Bitch, you should have had that out when you came in there, that motherfucking fishnet ass mess you had on and the hat and shit, you and Lawrence looking a fool. And quit saying, going back to this and I want an apology. Why she gotta apologize to you? Both of y'all were wrong to each other as far as I'm concerned. Let that shit, let sleeping dogs lie, bitch. You don't like her, she don't like you. Don't say a motherfucking thing to each other. Be done with that. But with that being said, it should be a conversation where you say, you know what, Phaedra, bitch? You done tried it too many motherfucking times, bitch. I'm not here to play games with you. Bitch, you ain't never got to speak, but you will never disrespect me, bitch. Because that's what she did, you know. And then, you wanting an apology and this and another, it's never going to fucking happen. And then you said, well, I know that it would be coming from, bitch. Well, then why would you say you want a motherfucking apology? Like, I don't get that. Tore your motherfucking ass somewhere and sit the Torah down. And Miss Phaedra, you could keep your motherfucking opinion about what man and how her man's doing or ex or whatever the case may motherfucking be. Because Apollo's been seen a couple of places, bitch. Like for real. You better keep eating the motherfucking whole motherfucking strawberry and the motherfucking leaf and shit. You better keep motherfucking pumping out babies and shit to hold them. Girl, sit down. Because you did not have to say that, and you did that to hurt her feelings. So you opened the door to that. Like, couldn't y'all just had a good time and just kept it motherfucking moving? Just like Porsha wanted to throw shade and shit, bitch. Why are you throwing motherfucking shade, bitch? You don't throw stones when you live in a glass house your motherfucking self. What woman don't have issues? We all do. And we all have had issues with men before at some one time or another. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep bringing this shit up. Like, I can't, and bitch, you got your own motherfucking shit you need to be worried about, Miss Porsha. And then, Candace, you put the motherfucking pregnancy test in the bag or whatever. Why would she take it in front of y'all? That's something between her and her husband. You motherfucking madly. With that being said, let me also bring this up. The whole motherfucking scene about y'all looking at jewelry and motherfuckers being like, oh, if you want that $7,500 ring, what the fuck is wrong with that? If that's what she like, apparently Candace has been wise with her motherfucking money, and she made it abundantly clear she don't just be throwing her money out, you know, and this and that and other. Like y'all do too motherfucking much. Worry about what the fuck you doing. Instead of like, if she wanted that ring, it was a nice looking ring, and there's a lot of women who would love to have just that ring. Like, really? Sit the fuck down. And it's not like y'all know she don't have the money. Okay, tell her I'm coming. So y'all, it's my baby. Ask her if I can call her right back in like 5 minutes. Tell her I'm gonna call back in 5 minutes. Yeah, that's my mom. I got to get in there. Um, Anywho, but it's just I don't understand this, and like, what was wrong with that? Like, I didn't get that whole scene, and I thought it was a beautiful ring. And what's the whole money amount? This and that and other. How many of you hoes was sitting there with $75,000 rings on? I'll wait. Exactly. So I just didn't, that wasn't cute to me at all. So they had their whole shit and they argument, and Miss Kenya said what she had to say somewhat, or what she had to say to Phaedra or whatever. As far as I'm concerned, they were both wrong in the situation, and that's it. And Phaedra's never gonna own up to her full shit in anything. We know that from the shit with Cynthia, where she said she didn't say it like I can't. Bitch, you can't always rub your motherfucking titties to play shit off and do these like, ugh, girl, sit down somewhere. Please sit down somewhere. Anywho, y'all, that's how I seen it. That's what I thought about it. It wasn't that great an episode, but it was a little something in there. If I left anything out, y'all know by all means to please leave that in. Put that in the comments, and y'all know I want y'all to do a video response. Like, seriously, I do. I'm sorry about the smoke film. So that's the gist of it. I will be back to talk about Walking Dead after I get off the phone with my mother. And just real quick, y'all say a prayer for my dad. He's in the hospital, blood pressure up, but God is good, and he's gonna work that out. So y'all just say a prayer. That's it. So I'm out of here, y'all. Much love. Bye.